morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. Happy Monday. It's feeling, not that Monday-y today because it's bright out, and that definitely helps.
It's bright out. The Super Bowl was last night, so everyone's in high spirits except for San Francisco. We're sorry to tell you, it just wasn't your time. And
as predicted,
and you probably should have placed bets based on what we said on Friday. If you were smart, let us know if you did. But we could have told you, the outcome of last night's game.
Yeah, and you know what? I just have a little note to whoever runs the Super Bowl. I feel like starting it at 6 o'clock is incredibly late. Like, I just don't feel like I should have gotten home at 10:30. Football's like a day thing. Thanksgiving football starts at like noon. I feel like it should really be a daytime activity. I guess if you live in the West Coast, it was a daytime activity, but it just seems unfair.
I don't know. I feel like it's Sunday night. It's the activity. It's like the Oscars,
Whoa,
it's
Sunday
not. Whoa, Sunday afternoon.
I know, but football just seems like a daytime thing,
I liked everything about it. I have no complaints.
I liked the spread. Olivia put together quite a feast for us, and I just have to say, I don't think I've eaten that much in a really long time in one sitting.
Me neither. I really ate so much of everything. It was actually such a good time. I don't know how your evenings were, but ours was really fabulous. The family was all together. We were laughing and laughing.
TikToking.
We were TikToking. We were dancing. We were even enjoying the game too. We just had a really nice Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, and the hard thing about the Super Bowl is when do you go to the bathroom? Because the game is good, and then when the commercials, that's when you pee normally, but that's when the commercials were, and they were really premium.
You pee during the game.
Yeah, no, of course.
It's a lot of the same.
It was a lot of the same. It was really quite. There's no other word, Jackie. Fabulous.
It was quite super.
It was really the Super Bowl,
and I feel like it was a good matchup because it's two teams who seem kind of decent, on each other's levels.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I was getting. They haven't been in the Super Bowl in a while. It's not like the Patriots versus the usual.
When I projected, that the Kansas City Chiefs were going to win, nobody told me about Garoppolo.
I know.
And that might have swayed me because, whoa.
Yeah, no, he's smoking hot, but I already said what I said, so I couldn't take it back. I'm glad I didn't.
I'm so glad I never get involved in sports, really, because I'm obviously joking about that it's not your time, even though it turned out I was right. But I was making jokes on my Instagram, I was getting death threats. People in sports, you think the toasters are nuts? No, sports fans are nuts.
No, we know that. Also, it really was Kansas City's time though. They hadn't won in 50 years.
Oh my God, I didn't even know the story.
The Hunt family invented the Super Bowl.
I didn't even know the whole story, about Andy Reid, who's the most, he's won the most games, that coach, but he's never won a Super Bowl.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
And I think he's been to the most Super Bowls and lost. He has some crazy statistic.
Oh, well, it really was his time.
Yeah.
It was Travis Kelce's time. It was the time of the guy Williams who just placed the ball over the line. There was the most. I know that MVP goes to the quarterback, and Patrick Mahomes did what he did, and he was fabulous. Mm-hmm. But that guy who had the foresight to just place the ball before he fell out.
No, by the way,
I thought that was brilliant stuff.
You left early, and we actually had a heavy conversation about that guy because he was also the guy who then scored the next touchdown, from all the way down the field.
Were people saying he should be MVP?
And it's so obvious that the quarterback usually gets MVP, but I think there should be two awards. The quarterback gets an award because the quarterback is arguably one of the most important members of the team. But there should be I ran the most and scored the most touchdowns award.
Yeah. No, I don't know if there should be two, but I feel it's obvious that the quarterback's the MVP. So let's give the MVP to the person who was the most valuable.
Yeah, and also how do you win a game? You score points. Who scores points? Not the quarterback.
Yeah, unless they're running it in.
Right.
That's always fun.
Light on their feet,
shimmy their way into the end zone.
It was quite exciting, and I feel the more I watch football, I definitely understand more, but I will never understand the downs.
The downs?
First down, fourth down, second and 10.
There's two clocks, and it's just, it's anxiety.
And then there's lines on the field, blue and yellow, but they're not really on the field. That thing I don't get.
So the players can't see them. So how the fuck are they know where they're supposed to go?
Wait, so why do we care?
No, it's a cheat for us, so we know where they need to go. Mm-hmm. But if the players can't see them, how do they know where they gotta go?
It's incredibly confusing.
It is, but overall they run a tight ship.
It was star-studded.
I love that it was in Miami. I do feel it made it extra fabulous.
Agreed.
And I need to talk about the halftime show.
Yeah, of course. That's what we literally woke up to do.
Can we just jump right into the halftime show?
Yeah, it's not a story. We thought we would recap it first.
Okay, you guys, the halftime show was absolutely fabulous. One of the best I've seen in my lifetime.
I mean, I can't tell if it was so good because it was so good or because we're coming off the Maroon 5 halftime show.
You know what? I think it's a year in between each. Each one really stands on its own. And before yesterday, I didn't realize that J-Lo and Shakira were co-headliners.
Me neither.
I thought it was J-Lo's show and Shakira was being featured, just like it was Maroon 5 show and Travis Scott was featured, just like everyone else does. And I'm kind of bummed for J-Lo. Like, J-Lo did not need to share that stage. And everything was amazing. Shakira, she did a great job, but J-Lo was everything. And all it needed was even more J-Lo. And
I totally agree.
Like, it just wasn't enough J-Lo. She was so incredible. She was so strong. She was such an athlete. Like, the singing, the dancing, the hair. It was just so fabulous.
I couldn't agree more. And I've been, like, nervous to say my feelings because I don't want to slight Shakira in any way. It was a great performance. And honestly, if J-Lo hadn't performed after her, we would have thought it was the best performance of the night. But like J-Lo took it to a whole other level with the dancing and the singing. And I have something controversial to say because we have said on this show many times that J-Lo's like, she's a triple threat, but like she's not that great of a singer and she usually lip syncs. And I'm very hard on people. And I always am, in every award show, every like televised musical event, I'm always very like specific and I watch very carefully about the singing. And I am 100% sure that J-Lo did not lip sync and Shakira did, which was shocking. I thought it would have been the opposite.
I heard people saying the opposite. I don't think anything is for sure. I don't, like, that's what I thought when I watched it too, but I have no clue and I'm not going to say that as fact. Honestly, for all I know, they both could have been lip syncing.
Well, it's the first telltale sign of lip syncing is like when somebody's track sounds just like their iTunes. Like nobody sounds exactly on Spotify as they do in a live performance, even if you're the best singer in the world. Like there's different elements.
Yeah.
And so Shakira's just really sounded like a playback of a CD, whereas J-Lo...
But then Shakira did that la 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 thing.
Which, her mic was on.
Okay,
and she was like, come on, Miami. Like...
But if your mic is on and you're lip syncing, like you can't lip sync without actually singing. Like usually your mic is off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused.
No, that's interesting.
And I'm not gonna say one word or the other. But I will say that regardless of whether or not they were lip syncing, I do not give a shit. Whatever you need to put on the most incredible performance of all time to 100 million people, like do what you have to do to make sure it's a showstopper. Lip sync if need be.
I thought J-Lo was just spectacular. She used all the elements of her career. Most recently, the Hustlers poll, which was just fabulous and a really added bonus for us viewers at home. 2, she included her daughter, who, by the way, can sing, ? It was spectacular. And I got chills when all the kids came out with their American flag things. And then the daughter sang. And then J-Lo had her Puerto Rican and American flag, which I just thought was like a great moment for Puerto Ricans. Like, I can imagine, like, if I was a Latin American and J-Lo and Shakira just rocked the stage, like, I'd be feeling so proud.
And Bad Bunny and J Balvin.
Right. I forgot about the features.
And Demi Lovato.
Oh, right.
It was just such an incredible, it was everything like that we care about on our side of the entertainment side was just done to a T.
Yeah, just like not conceptually. When you take a step back and you see that like Maroon 5 was given the prestige of headlining it by themselves, when honestly like J-Lo and Shakira separately could have done it alone and are arguably bigger and more iconic than Maroon 5, like that just is upsetting. And you have to think it's only because they're women.
I don't know. I don't understand the choice. Like, and if I were J-Lo, I'd be pissed, but I think she handled it just like a pro.
Because she's a woman who supports women, and her and Shakira seem to really be getting along. But I think we could have had literally Shakira this year and J-Lo next year, and there would have been no question from anyone whether or not they deserved it. So like putting them together just seems weird.
Yeah.
And no one was talking about it before because I didn't even realize.
Oh, there was a New York Post article that came out, I think, on Friday that was like, J-Lo need not be sharing the stage with another person.
Shakira need not be sharing the stage either. Like, Shakira's a global artist. I don't want to disrespect Shakira. In her own regard, like, she really is so accomplished and she's a global superstar. And she brought, like, a whole other audience to the Super Bowl because she is so global. But it just felt like so much when like it was literally 2 halftime shows.
Yeah, well, I guess the more the merrier, and I as a consumer enjoyed it.
Me too. It was fabulous.
So I'm not gonna complain. It really was fabulous, except for the decision to open with She Wolf. That's just gonna be a no from me, dog. That's just like the worst fucking song ever, and it's like. But we bounced back like
it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me. Oh my god,
that song is fucking trash. It was trash when it came out. It was trash when she performed it last night, and I can't finish it. But that's the only negative thing I'm gonna say.
Wherever.
So good. And I love the stripped down version of Let's Get Loud, even though I was like really looking forward to like Let's Get Loud.
The whole night we were ready for Let's Get Loud because that's just the bar mitzvah song like that really changed my life. And I'm going to say something controversial. I think it's J-Lo's best song and the Moonlight Beat, but really Let's Get Loud.
Oh, and I just want to say justice for Pitbull. Like he deserved to be on that stage last night.
There was an emptiness in the crowd. I could feel it.
Mr. 305. Like,
and it was in 305.
Right. And so I just feel like that was intentional.
It seemed like they were really trying to leave him out.
Right. And I want to say justice for Pitbull.
Also, something strange I think about Shakira's set was that she sang a song that wasn't hers. It was that Cardi B song.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I thought that J-Lo was going to come out and they were going to switch. But she just had a random song in her set that wasn't hers. Maybe she wrote it. I don't know.
I don't know. But if it's a good song and it's good entertainment value, I ain't complaining.
Yeah.
And what's that other J-Lo song that's so good that's old?
You're doing right before the night's dark. You can get one.
No, not that one. The one.
I'm still
no.
Jenny. Alexa, next.
You know which one?
No, you're giving me nothing.
There's the other one that's similar to Let's Get Loud. That's like,
can't fight the moonlight beat in the dark. You surrender your heart. Is that from Selena? No, it's just around the same time period.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
That's a great song.
Such a great song.
And also, she paid homage to her American Idol days. You know, gotta get on the floor, which Pitbull is on. Like, so why it was really like a very intentional leave out, exclusion.
Pitbull's absence was blinding.
It was so keenly felt that I hope he's okay.
And that he wasn't included in the weekend at all.
And interesting, we were speaking about this, and you sent me a follow-up article from Forbes, is that the Pepsi halftime show, whoever performs does not get paid.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's sponsored. Like, you think that they would get paid? I don't know.
But like, how do you put a price? And then artists would be comparing each other, like how much you got paid versus how much I got paid. And it's like you have the biggest stage in the world. Your music is going to be streamed for days, weeks, months. Old songs are going to resurface. Can't put a price on that.
And also, J-Lo was in Miami the entire week, like doing sponsorships for literally everyone. Hard Rock Hotel, like
she's
fine.
So hard. And I just feel like up until this point in my life, I just didn't appreciate how hard that she works.
Yeah.
And I'm from now going forward, like I'm so appreciative to have J-Lo in my life.
I feel like I was appreciative of everything J-Lo offers, except her voice, and I feel like my heart and mind was changed.
Everything was changed.
And the hair. We have to give a major shout out to former guest on the show, Chris Appleton, who was there on the field with her, touching her up seconds before she went on stage. It was voluminous, vivacious, sexy. Loved it.
I loved it. It was all so good. I don't know what else to say.
The outfits were great. It was a great moment for women.
It was.
With like a little.
But then it's like, if a woman's headlining, like she has to share with another woman.
Totally. It's like when Caitlyn was the Bachelorette, and they also had Brit be
No one was calling that a great moment for women. And so you can look at it like either way, glass half full, glass half empty. I don't know which one's optimistic and which one's pessimistic, but I'm just saying, like, let's me not forget.
I just also need to have like a moment of silence for Shakira's abs. Like, that was truly unfair. It was actually really rude of her to be up there like that. Like,
no, seriously.
While I'm literally shoving tacos and donuts in my mouth. Like, I couldn't even breathe. Like, I actually had to like unbutton my pants, and I was wearing leggings, and she's up there just like her hips, they truly
weren't
don't
lying.
lie.
It was a very honest show.
Yeah.
Because the hips weren't lying.
Yeah. And I kind of really personally relate to Shakira because, as you know, a few years ago, she was indicted for tax evasion, and I just totally understand and respect that. Like, that's why me and Mike's situation have like this kindred spirit, because I'm 1 second away from evading my taxes.
I forgot. We reported that story, but I forgot it until now.
Yeah.
That's
iconic,
hilarious.
honestly.
Okay, let's talk about commercials.
Oh, yeah.
What were some of your faves?
I have to just give, like, you know, when I praise, I praise. And when I'm negative, I'm very negative. And I just need to like really speak about the Tide commercials, because they were incredibly awful. And not only did they have the audacity to have such a bad commercial, they had two, because they had a sequel. After You Left, did you watch?
Yeah.
They had like I'll get my stain out
then
later.
He was wearing a new shirt.
Right. So such a dumb premise, and not only to be dumb once, but to be dumb twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you again.
That was $10 million that they spent on those two spots, plus like paying all the agencies, and you know, I'm sure,
and the celebrities,
and
Emily
from
Emily
Schitt's
Hampshire,
Creek, like I'm sure she runs a high fee.
Yeah,
like what a waste of money. Like,
that was interesting. On the pre-show, I think they had like a side-by-side of what it cost to put a commercial. In the first Super Bowl, it was $78,000. This year it was $5.6 million. And then you really have to think. My favorite commercial was Smart Park by Hyundai, and that was $5 million plus John Krasinski, Chris Evans,
from
Captain America
from Knives Out,
Captain America, Rachel Dratch, Chris Pine. We have this conversation once a year.
No. Chris Pine is Wonder Woman.
Evans. Rachel Dratch, who I'm so glad like got her moment. She's a true star. And it was hilarious. It
was hilarious. My favorite was obviously Jason Momoa.
Rocket Mortgage.
I'm obviously going to take out a Rocket Mortgage now.
Of course.
Because that's how much I just want to support this fabulous brand.
It was so funny.
It was so funny.
And you know what? For like a somewhat irrelevant brand, like good for them. Like we're talking about Rocket Mortgage, like Budweiser, like those are the obvious ones. But Rocket Mortgage really coming out.
I also really loved the Amazon Alexa ones where they talked about Alexa through history.
With Ellen. But it was just about like, I just thought it was so clever. I don't like when people release their Super Bowl commercials before, because I'm like not surprised. So I had seen that Alexa one. Loved the Doritos, Lil Nas, and the mustache guy. Who's that? Sam?
The Bradley Cooper's brother.
Yeah, what's his name?
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, he's a very famous actor. I'm sure we're disgracing him in his entire career, but that was great too.
Yeah.
Doritos always does a good job.
They do.
And I just want to give a major shout out to TurboTax for buying a $5 million spot and using the same commercial they've been running like on regular TV about how humans are so amazing. They can do anything except pay their taxes.
It's true.
No, but it's like, you're going to spend all that money. You're not even going to come up with a new commercial.
Yeah. Also, I want to talk about the Sabra commercial. That was like, I was expecting to be my favorite commercial just when I saw stills of it.
Charlie D'Amelio, Teresa and Caroline Manzo.
Internet star.
That girl, Brittany, who's amazing on TikTok, who did the kombucha thing. It was before your time on TikTok. Yeah. She was in it too for 1 second. Zach King, who's also a TikToker. They spent so much money on talent to show them for 1 second.
1 second each. I was glad they brought Teresa and Caroline together, but I assumed the premise was going to be Sabra bringing people together. And then it's going to be like, even Teresa and Caroline can get along and all these famous feuds. By the way, free commercial idea. Anyone,
so much better.
Take it. And I was really excited to see how Sabra's bringing people together as opposed to
how do you muss?
Musty smell it?
It all happened so fast. I didn't even know what they were showing us, how everyone eats hummus.
Muss.
It was silly. Very silly.
Yeah. But
to waste $5 million and then probably another $5 million on talent.
Yeah, but like, I wonder if you could pay people less for Super Bowl commercials because it's just like the halftime show. They're happy to be there.
I think people are willing to take a lot less money unless you're like a mega superstar. Like I thought the McDonald's commercial with all the celebrities' orders was fantastic, and like Kim out here just like making money based off her name and likeness without even getting out of bed.
Yeah, well, she had to probably get out of bed to like write down what she orders from McDonald's.
Maybe she texted it. Like
I thought it was such a cute premise. And Dracula eats all the ketchup, and Romeo and Juliet share a milkshake.
Very cute.
It was just really cute.
McDonald's always is just killing it. Like they're not the best, but they're up there.
No, they're the best.
It wasn't the best, but it was good. Smapak was just my favorite.
But so, like, I don't want to be stupid, but it's a Hyundai commercial, and why was it Boston? Just for fun?
I think just for fun. I think also a lot of brands are very particular about not taking a side in their commercials. So like Boston is like a totally irrelevant city. So I don't know why they chose Boston, but it was very funny. Maybe all those celebrities were from Boston. Oh, yes, she's nodding. Okay. John Krasinski, Rachel Dratch, and Chris Captain America are from Boston.
They left Ted out, and that hurts.
So true.
Everyone sounded like Ted.
They should have actually, in order to really make the point more clear that everyone was from Boston, they should have had Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even realize that all those people were from Boston.
Yeah. Okay, see, I wasn't so stupid.
Yeah. All in all, though, it was a really good show. Like, I have absolutely no complaints. Jolly good show. And maybe, I don't know if it was just so good because I was having such a nice time at home, like with the food and the family.
Sometimes, like, when I sit and watch an award show alone, like, all I could do is hate on it because I'm just being negative.
Yeah, but I don't think that was it.
It was all the vibes. It was just steamy.
The NFL 100 commercial we didn't talk about.
Oh my, the one where they started the ball.
Yeah, the commercial bled into the live show.
That's the stuff.
That was true ingenuity. Like whatever creative agency came up with that idea.
But it's like the NFL. I'm going to give the props to the NFL. Like that was their commercial for their show. And they used all their talent. It was so great. It was so funny when Jerry's in the car and the kids are sliding over his car. He's like, Jerry Jones.
Oh, Jerry Jones. I thought he was talking about like Jerry from Cheer. That's where my brain is now.
Oh my God. It was so good. The respect for Pat Tillman. It was beautifully done.
It was chilling, but also funny, which is all you can ask for.
Everyone in our Super Bowl party was just like up on their feet.
Yeah, at first we were confused, like where are the kids going?
Yeah, like bring it to the house. What's the house? And then it's like, you know what to do.
It's the game ball.
Right. And then they came out and they made it live. It was giving me like Grease Live vibes.
It was giving me like chills.
It was beautiful.
It was truly beautiful. It was just a great show. Great night for women. Great night for
men as well.
Demi Lovato was fantastic.
Demi Lovato slayed perfection. Every note there. Looked beautiful. Like, seemed so good.
She gave the moment the utmost respect. In that white pantsuit, she said, I respect America. And with those vocals, she said, and I respect our troops. Basically, is what she said.
I respect your time.
Yeah. And these ratings.
I respect the Super Bowl.
It was spectacular.
It was spectacular. And, she had that tweet from 10 years ago where she said, like, one day. And, I mean, I could have told you that. She was meant to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
Star Spangled, yeah, it's a Star Spangled Banner. And I was so happy for her. Know that I am. She's in such a good place. I'm so excited to see what she does from here. Obviously, we're in an era of Demi Lovato coming up.
It's coming up.
And I think it's fabulous.
I feel like last night was like the culmination of a lot of like months for her of like transitional and like transformative like moments for her. Yeah. Like this is her launching pad.
Okay, so now I want to predict, who do you think is going to do the halftime show next year?
It's so hard to think because there's so many people who are so popular, but it's not about popularity. It's about longevity. Like, I don't think Billie Eilish could do it. Because,
No.
You know what I mean?
But the features are about popularity.
Yes.
You know, so you could throw in a Billie Eilish.
I don't think she's there yet,
No,
but I
no.
think, someone else. I think who's almost there might be Ariana Grande.
I don't think she's there.
People are begging for, well, at least people I talk to are begging for Taylor Swift, but there's a lot of controversy because she was the face of Diet Coke for so long that I think if she can ever do it, she'll have to wait like 10 years, even though her contract is up. It's like those things, it's stipulations in your contract.
Yeah, I mean, that would be an amazing halftime
Yeah.
show. You know that I did predict this J-Lo halftime show.
You did.
I
So
predicted it years
are you
ago.
going to give your official...
It's so hard to know like what the NFL is looking for. It is. And you know what? We don't have a lot in common, the NFL and I.
I feel like you can really look to who's getting residencies in Vegas.
I was going to say Kelly Clarkson.
I mean, that would be such a great moment for
she's-
America.
She's NBC's, dream girl.
yeah.
And the Super Bowl's on Fox. But I don't think it matters so much.
I don't think it does either, but I just kind of, that's a really good prediction.
And I think she would bring in like a lot of her friends, maybe some of her voice coach judges.
Oh,
friends.
judges. Yeah. I thought you meant her contestants.
No, not Brynn Cartelli. Like, I fucking love her, but no, I meant like
Blake
Nick Jonas,
Shelton.
Blake Shelton, John Legend.
That's a very interesting prediction. She's also doing small residencies in Vegas, so
Which we know because we'll be there.
that's interesting.
And that's going to be my prediction. Maybe not next year, or maybe
In the next
year
5
after.
years.
Yeah.
There's also, here's who's in Vegas. Shania Twain, the Jonas Brothers. Well, that's a little soon. Celine Dion, but that's not the vibe. Like,
That's not the vibe.
when I think back to the fact that Katy Perry did it, I feel like that was kind of early for her.
It was, but her show was spectacular.
She came in on the Lion.
Up until that point, it was the best halftime show I ever saw.
Yeah, agreed.
I used to watch it over and over and again at my desk at work.
Yeah, I thought the Bruno Mars was excellent. He's perfect for it. He's been like MIA.
Yeah, I'm sure he's working on his new album because he was everywhere for so long.
That's long.
That's what happens.
Yeah, he went on 2 tours for the same album.
That's how great it was.
And that's how like it got so big while he was on tour that he had to redo it. Like,
Yeah.
I saw him twice.
Yeah. Oh, he's so good.
He's a star.
Yeah, it's exciting. I just love the Super Bowl. I love that it brings people together, united in fighting.
Brings celebrities together.
And it's just a great culmination of everything in our culture.
Agreed.
And I thought last night was a job well done.
Agreed. Cheers to the Chiefs.
Both teams played great. Mm-hmm. And
It's kind of boring when like one team's winning the whole time.
yeah, and they left it all out on the field, I would
Truly.
say, and they gave it all their heart, you know?
And that's all we can ask for the players.
Yeah, and I'm just glad that we didn't look stupid by
my
calling
God.
it for the Chiefs.
Because like when we went to the Super Bowl a few years ago, we were rooting for the Patriots against the Eagles, and like Eagles fans still DM me like, remember when we went in Minnesota?
Yes, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Okay, well, I do think now it might be time.
Do you think?
I think so. It's been like 30 minutes.
It has?
No, it's been 23 minutes.
Oh my God, time flies when you're just
Recapping
creating
the Super Bowl.
content.
Well, it is time for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know. Yes, you. Before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
For sure, and I know we're in a bit of a pickle, so I'll just get right to it. Today's episode is brought to you by Scentbird. Have you ever gone up to someone and asked, "You smell amazing, what perfume are you wearing?" Scent is the most powerful sense you have. A smell can bring on a flood of memories, influence your mood, and of course, enhance your natural style. But while you're looking for that signature scent that will make you stand out and keep the memory of you lingering, your taste can be expensive. With Scentbird, you can have great taste and mix up your fragrance routine without breaking the bank. Whether it's Tom Ford, Gucci, Versace, Scentbird.com keeps you smelling good month after month. I have tried many scents from Scentbird, and it's just the one thing that really keeps me fragrant, especially, it's a long day. Sometimes you don't always have time to wash your hair. Get a little spritz of Scentbird in there, you're good. Scentbird is a luxury fragrance subscription service for perfumes and colognes. They have more than 600 designer brands for you to choose from each month. Choose a perfume you want to try, and they'll send you a 30-day trial. Not sure what type of scent you're looking for? Sort and find your new fragrance by brand, style, occasion, season, and more. Plus, they have products from other categories like skincare, wellness, and makeup. They carry brands like Kopari, Glam Glow, Glow Recipe, Tarte, and many others. And with our exclusive offer just for our listeners, you can get 30% off your first month today. That's only $10 for your first fragrance. Go to scentbird.com/Steen and use the promo code Steen for 30% off your first month. That's SCENT bird.com/Steen to sign up and use the promo code Steen to try your first perfume or cologne for just $10. That's STEEN. Sign on, smell amazing.
We love Scentbird, you guys. If you haven't gotten on the Scentbird bandwagon yet.
Like, what are you doing?
What is you doing? Okay, first story, really crazy, but like not that surprising, but still really crazy. Victoria's Secret exec Ed Razek reportedly made life hellish for the Angels models. Victoria's Secret models were constantly hounded by a creepy executive who made unwanted sexual advances and even once told supermodel Bella Hadid that she had, quote, perfect titties, according to a New York Times investigation. The executive, Ed Razek, who we all know because he was the one who did the Victoria's Secret fashion show, very backwards man, very mean man, and clearly, like, very disgusting man.
I am shocked. This is shocking.
Are you being for real?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, he stepped down from its parent company, L Brands, in August, but not before fostering, quote, an entrenched culture of misogyny, bullying, and harassment at the lingerie company, the paper found. One model, Andy Muse, told the paper that Razek had harassed her for months with intimate emails, once writing her, quote, I need someplace sexy to take you. Razek would watch Hadid and other models prepare for fashion shows and remark out loud on their appearance, the report said. So this has been a New York Times report that came out a few days ago that just goes, like, proof, receipts, everything about what this guy was doing at Victoria's Secret. It's so disgusting. I'm so glad he's gone. But, like, damn, he was in a position of power for so many years.
Right. And this is literally, like, the least shocking thing ever. And it's, like, creepy to go back. If you look at all, like, the models who walked in their Instagrams, like, from the... like after the show, they would always be like, thank you, Ed Razek. Like everyone was so kissing his ass because he was obviously such like a tyrant. I just really feel like the brand can't bounce back from this. Like they were already on the downward. And this article to me is just like the nail in the coffin.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. Brands like just bounce back from this. Also, he's gone. So everyone can just blame it on him and be
right.
like, oh, we don't have a problem. He was the problem and he's gone.
But it's
once we knew about it, we let him go.
By the way, when there's a culture like that, even if it's fostered by one person, like it is systemic. So it's like, there's not just one person. Like now he's gone. We're better.
Yeah, like one of the models had like reported to HR,
right? But
like nothing happened,
right?
So it's not just one person, but everyone blames it on one person and then says problem solved, and that's the problem,
right? The problem is that there's still people who are just as problematic, I'm assuming, as Ed Razek in the company still.
Yeah,
not shocking,
but
hate to see it.
I'm glad justice is being served.
Me too. I've really had enough with this company. Like I'm good. Like I've had enough. It's 2020. Like we can't. I'm done.
Yeah. Well, check out the article for yourself for all the
deeply problematic,
details.
Great titties. Like, get the fuck out of here. We're changing, Ed.
Okay, next story is just some positive news because StormiWorld.
And I'm sorry. Now that we go back to this, like, why is like okay? It's a women's fashion show for women's lingerie. Like, why is a man in charge?
I don't know.
And like, it's weird. Like if they're getting changed, like he shouldn't be in the room. But if it's like a female, in charge, like who can? Like it's just why was he ever in charge?
I don't know. Like what expertise on lingerie?
Yeah, so it's like there's
women's underwear.
So there's one female NFL coach, but there's Ed Razek is in charge of the women's fashion show. Like it just makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, no, I think the next NFL commissioner should be a woman.
I agree.
Even the scales. Okay,
totally.
StormiWorld Take 2.
Oh my God, I saw.
Kylie Jenner's daughter celebrates her second birthday at an extravagant bash. Okay, extravagant. It's just, there's no word to describe what StormiWorld 2 was.
I was trying like ferociously just to calculate all the expenses. I'm dying to know. It has to have cost over $1 million.
Multi-million dollars.
Right, is it $1 million or $5?
No, because $1 million is like a really incredibly, well, I guess like an over-the-top beautiful like wedding. But this was like a fucking theme park. So how much does it cost to build Six Flags? That's how much StormiWorld costs.
I have to respect Kylie for recycling some of last year's items because at least she's not wasteful. Some of the amusement park rides were the same as last year.
Yeah, and the blow-up entrance.
Right,
and
so that's called being frugal, I guess, for Kylie. I guess.
But I think, as much as this was so crazy, like not normal, a lot of it for Kylie like is business. Like this is her business, is being like, she just put out
extra.
A Stormi collection, like it's all wraps up. I wouldn't be surprised if StormiWorld is a tax write-off.
But if StormiWorld was also considered like the official launch of the Stormi collection, then I do believe she could have put this expense on her business.
Yeah, so if you can do it, she looked so happy. Everyone was having so much fun.
Rosalia was there. I'm like living for the friendship.
I'm living for the friendship. There was a room that was trolls. We know Stormi loves trolls.
So also methinks that Kylie might have made some money on this event because trolls, like she was just using the brand name, like all the logos. Like I don't think she had, express copyright, consent.
No, but I think they love the fact that Kylie is pumping up
I think
trolls.
They actually might have even paid her a little bit, or at least paid for that room.
Yeah, they definitely send the mascots for sure.
I just wouldn't be surprised if like her including Frozen and Trolls like is some overall deal with Disney.
Oh my God, I would be surprised. I would, because I do think Stormi like loves Trolls and Frozen, and she is a woman of taste.
Truly.
We need to talk about SNL.
I was just going to say that
the Frozen sketch from SNL this week was fucking hilarious. And by the way, that's exactly what I said. I said it on the show, that the storyline of Frozen 2 was just like a little confusing for campers. Like,
right.
It was all over the place. I'm 27. I barely understood it.
I just love Kate McKinnon. I thought JJ Watt was great in that skit and in the whole evening. He's Kristoff. He's fucking huge. I just, not to be annoying, I was there. And JJ Watt, it's, first of all, going to SNL is very cool. Like, everyone should go once to see how, like, the sauce is made. It's, like, true live television. Like, it's, like, old school, like, Hairspray, remember? And it's just so crazy how, like, they literally go to a commercial break, put on full prosthetics, change outfits, and come back. And there was, like, a woman whose job it was to literally yank JJ Watt the second his lines were done in a skit, get him changed, and go to the other one. And when he would run through the studio, like, the whole place shook. I'm like, Margaret, did you feel that? She's like, yeah. I'm like, that was JJ Watt running.
He's
crazy. Fucking huge and hot too.
He's so hot. He's so funny. I thought he did a great job.
Me too.
I thought the sketches he was in, like, they were perfect for him. The Madden EA games
hilarious.
Was hilarious.
The Bachelor one was funny.
No, well, they do this Bachelor one every year, and it's like, you guys are the funniest people on the planet, and you're making the same jokes over and over. Like, I like it. There's so much to make fun of with The Bachelor.
Especially
like,
this season.
Why did, like, and have they ever done the same sketch twice? Why do they keep doing it like this? Like,
yeah.
There's so much there.
I thought it was strange.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
If someone could give me an explanation, like, make some new jokes.
I have a lot of questions.
I love that. I love that. That's what Ari said. Like, his season, like, why don't you pick up on some nuances from Pete's
Agreed.
season?
It's not even relevant anymore. And another question I have about SNL while we're asking questions, what's up with Pete Davidson? Like, he was in the first opening skit and then not at all.
Yeah, that's just Pete Davidson.
I know. It's so strange. We were really trying to, like, shove Margot in his direction.
Oh, Snitch Davidson?
Yeah. Well, Snitch and I were there because we saw Luke Combs. And by the way, he was exceptional.
He was.
I just am so happy for him. I hope he was happy with his performance. Like, it was everything of the sort.
It was everything of the sort. I've actually been loving, it wasn't always my favorite song, but I love
Loving on
You. And Beer Never Broke My Heart, like, was the crown jewel of the evening. I wish he had done that first, but, like, I'm not Lorne Michaels. I don't make the rules.
Yeah, I think that they always play, like, their bigger bop second to keep people watching, like the fans of the artist.
But I was so happy for him. I was so happy to see him up there. He looked like he was having a good time. Like, the band members looked like they were having a great time. And I personally, in my bed, was having a great time.
I personally, in studio, was having an amazing time. Me and Margot were sitting right behind his parents. They were so cute and, like, so excited by that. You could tell it was his mom because she had, like, bright red hair. And they were just so cute, and it was so exciting. And he, like, waved to them when he was done. It was really cute. And it was just, like, a great night for country music, a great night for comedy, and a great night for me.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, it was good stuff. It was cool. Everyone should go to SNL, like, if you can. Like, if you're a fan, it's cool to see, like, true live television. Like, that you just don't see shit like that anymore. Like, even if you go to a taping of, like,
Dancing with the Stars, like, it's like
actually, that was live. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
It was cool. Really cool.
Very cool. Okay, next story.
Is brought to you, by a very important brand that we have to talk about because you pretty much lit up the internet last week when you wore your Rothys.
You guys, I love my Rothys. I wore them last night to the Super Bowl.
I think you literally sold 1 million pairs of Rothys when you wore them on the show last week.
Okay, let's make it 2 million, you guys. I can't tell you how much I fucking love my Rothys, and I'm so excited for it to be summer because they'll go with, like, every summer look. They're so comfortable. Like, every other shoe gives me blisters, and it's just so sad. But Rothys are everything of the sort.
They're everything of the sort because not only are they comfortable, they're washable. You can throw them in the washing machine, and they're sustainable. They're the perfect everyday shoe for life on the go. They're comfortable and stylish. They go with everything from yoga pants to dresses and skirts. They come in an ever-changing array of colors, prints, and patterns, and they're available in a range of styles like sneakers, loafers, points, and more. You were wearing the loafers. They launch new colors and patterns every few weeks, and they sell out constantly. Playful designs add fun pops of color. They can perk up any outfit while looking polished and professional. Plus, they always come with free shipping and returns and exchanges. No risk, no worries. No reason not to try. Plus, they're sustainable. It'll blow your mind that they're made from repurposed plastic water bottles. In fact, they have diverted over 35 million water bottles from landfills already. We love that. Another major bonus is that they're fully machine washable. Every time they need a refresh, you can simply toss them in the washing machine. That's such an underrated thing. Like, all shoes should be machine washable.
Yeah.
You'll quickly discover why BuzzFeed called them their forever shoe. Go to Rothys, ROTHYS.com/toast to get your new favorite flats. Check out all the amazing styles right now, available at Rothys.com/toast. Comfort, style, and sustainability. These are the shoes you've been waiting for. Head to Rothys.com/toast today.
I actually just got a second pair of Rothys.
Ooh.
I got them in white so that I have my new spring shoe.
Ooh.
I can spring into spring.
White for spring. Groundbreaking.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miranda.
Do they have a floral pair? Because florals for spring
They probably do.
are quite groundbreaking.
Okay, here's like some exciting news. Lady Gaga's new boyfriend has been revealed as investor Michael Polansky.
So this is not the studio engineer that she was spotted with a few months ago.
Guess not.
Okay.
The singer is dating entrepreneur and investor Michael Polansky, a Harvard graduate who runs Facebook co-founder Sean Parker's groundbreaking Institute for Cancer Immunotherapy. Wow, very smart man.
She has such a diverse like interest in men. Like she doesn't really have a type. If you look at like all the men she's been with, like they're so different.
No, I feel like she dates someone, it doesn't work out, and she just like goes in the opposite direction. She
Right.
doesn't keep going for like the same type of guy and making the same mistake. You know,
that's a good
like,
quality.
She went from an actor to an agent to a businessman beau.
Right.
And I just have to tell you, the businessman beau is where it's at for these celebrities.
This might be the end all be all for Lady Gaga because she now has a businessman beau.
Yeah, like everyone's doing it.
Everyone.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you who started it. Really, I think was Miranda Kerr. Like she was,
So true.
you know, she was up on that Snapchat trend.
She made that. They're still married, her and Evan
Yeah, they
Spiegel.
have a nice life.
Yeah, they do. And she like just could stop working because she's now Mrs. Spiegel.
Yeah. So,
goals.
I mean, any happiness for Lady Gaga is happiness for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I do still hold out hope that her and Taylor Kinney will make it work, even though like the further we get away from that relationship, I realize that's never going to happen. Mm-hmm. But it's sad. It's sad for all of us who are just still like holding out.
By the way, they were spotted together in Vegas over New Year's. He was.
Oh yes, I did see those pictures. But
Yes.
before that, we had posted on our Instagram she was out to lunch with a cutie and they kissed. But that was a while ago, so we never heard an update on that.
I guess.
Maybe it was just a fling.
Yeah, maybe it was a first date. Like, it
Yeah.
didn't work out. But I'm so happy for her.
I love that. It's hard to be, I imagine, to be like a superstar and date someone in the industry because it's like there's definitely egos and competition and no
scheduling conflicts, so they say.
So like, I don't know. And we've said on the show, I always feel like when two major celebrities get together and it does work out, like one of them always like kind of takes a step back. And I don't want that for Lady Gaga. So I think a businessman beau, she's definitely moving in the right direction. And I think she's getting close to finding her forever.
Yeah, love
I
that.
only want good things for her.
Same.
She's
Sorry.
such a-
I got distracted by the next story, but same. And she was performing. She was there in Miami this weekend. He was there with her. And I think we're going to get LG6 soon.
Yeah, well, she did her Vegas residency show in Miami for like an AT&T concert, which I saw a few videos of on Instagram, looked like spectacular. I saw her residency. It is, if you're in Vegas, and I don't know if she's even still doing them, but they're amazing.
Vegas residencies have gotten weird.
Yeah.
It's like a 3-day residence and then they'll come back in 8 months and it's like,
No, they like do like more than one show and call it a residency now.
yeah, no, or they'll do like a few weeks in a row. Whereas like a residency is like Donnie and Marie.
Right. Britney Spears, what was she there for 10 years?
Yeah.
Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Even J-Lo did like a really weirdly short one, and I thought that was perfect for her. Like, but now I feel like she's not, it's like I feel like residency is almost like retirement, and I feel like she was gonna like retire almost in Vegas, but then something happened and she like wanted to keep working, and I'm glad that she did because she's bigger than ever.
I'm glad that she did too because after, we'll talk about, and the next story is about Taylor Swift, but she said something in her documentary about how like when a woman in the industry turns like 35, she's sent to like an elephant graveyard.
Right.
And I just think like J-Lo being 50 with her abs in the Super Bowl and the stripper pole is just like changing everything.
Yeah, and it's a testament to the fact that that might not be true anymore.
Yeah. And you know, the times are changing.
They truly are.
Okay, next story, 2 stories. It's a doubleheader. Is about Taylor Swift because her documentary is sparking buzz that she's engaged. Have you seen this?
Yes, I mean, I thought during the movie, in more than one scene, she was wearing a diamond ring on her left ring finger. But like celebrities wear jewelry all the time. Like I don't know if it's, but it was the same ring.
Yeah.
And
oh, was it?
Yeah.
I only saw it the one time when she's sitting on the couch here.
When she was in the car talking about the eating disorder, she was also wearing it.
And it was a diamond. It was a rock.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's that.
Yeah. And she basically said, like, I'm in this great relationship and it's private. So, like, she's never going to give us an update. So maybe this was the update.
Maybe. But it's also like Kylie Jenner wears a rock on her ring finger all the time. And like she's either very much married or single.
No, but like when you're rich and like you buy diamonds, like you only have so many fingers.
Totally agree.
And you're not going to wear it on your thumb.
Yeah,
so
like
you only have really, or your pinkies, you only have 6 options.
You have 6 options. And then like sometimes hands get swollen.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I wouldn't wear a big ring on my my dominant hand, so I would only wear it on my left hand. So I only have 3 options now.
I agree.
And you're not gonna wear it on your pointer because
that's
you
weird.
only have 2 options.
Yeah, and middle finger is nice. It's just, it's something to think about.
It's
I'm not
something to
trying to
think about.
speculate or, fuel rumors, but it's definitely an interesting factoid that was worth pointing out.
And she's gone out of her way to make this relationship so private that, you know what, I'm not going to add fuel to the fire.
No, because she seems happy and it's all good.
Okay, well, our next story I think is a really sweet full circle moment.
Which will lead into our recap of Miss Americana.
Taylor Swift is responding to Nikki Glaser's apology for calling the singer too skinny.
This was fascinating.
Fascinating. So in Miss Americana, they show clips of people in the press, talking about Taylor Swift's weight, and Nikki Glaser was one of those people. She was on a show. She said something like her and her friends are so skinny.
Her and her model friends, like, it's annoying. They're just, like, too skinny.
And she wrote, Nikki Glaser then took to Instagram to talk about how, like, she was so embarrassed by seeing that.
Read her caption. It was really very sweet. And actually, I do, follow Nikki Glaser a little bit. And I do know that she actually really is, like, she wasn't just lying. She's a big Taylor Swift fan. So this didn't seem to be coming from like a thirsty or like disingenuine place. I thought it was truly genuine.
Yeah. She said, I love Taylor Swift. Unfortunately, I'm featured in her new documentary as part of a montage of asshats saying mean things about her, which is used to explain why she felt the need to escape from the spotlight for a year. It's insanely ironic because anyone who knows me knows I'm obnoxiously obsessed with her and her music. I first heard myself in the trailer last week as I watched it alone in bed as soon as it came out because I was so excited, and I was horrified to hear my own voice. The soundbite was from an interview I did 5 years ago, and I say in such a shitty tone, quote, she's too skinny, it bothers me. All of her model friends, and it's just like, come on. This quote should be used as an example of projection in Psych 101 textbooks. If you're familiar with my work at all, you know I talk openly about battling some kind of eating disorder for the past 17 years. I was probably, quote, feeling fat that day and was jealous. Also, I've had people say the same shit about me being too skinny before, and I know how terrible it feels to hear that when you're struggling. And I was only bothered by her model friends because I'd like to be her friend and I'm not a model. I really have no need to post this other than to apologize to someone who seriously means so much to me, etc., etc., etc.
So I can only imagine the pit in her stomach when she was just like genuinely watching that documentary trailer as a fan and ended up hearing her own voice. Like that's a moment where you literally just like shit your pants.
No, I totally agree. But then Taylor commented on Nikki's post saying, wow, I appreciate this so much. One of the major themes of the doc is that we have the ability to change our opinions over time, to grow, to learn about ourselves. I'm so sorry to hear that you've struggled with some of the same things I've struggled with. Sending a massive hug.
So this was just like a great moment for women, for Netflix, like for everyone. I thought this was handled so well on both sides. Like Taylor didn't have to respond. Like I'm sure, excuse me, in some ways, like she probably still holds a grudge to all the people who said mean things about her, because like I would too. So I thought that the fact that she responded in any way was shocking, and the fact that she responded like so courteously was just, that's Taylor.
Yeah, that is Taylor.
I loved that. And I just thought that whole story was like crazy. And by the way, the comments on Nikki Glaser's Instagram, she did temporarily disable them because people were being so fucking mean. It's like, if she didn't say anything, like that's a lose-lose situation. Yeah. If she like, dug her feet in and was like, it was a joke, I'm a comedian, like I could say whatever I want, which she very easily could have done. She just took like the harder, like to apologize, it's not easy. And the comments were just so mean at first. Like people are so fucking nasty.
Yeah, but I think she said what she said, and I'm sure she felt like she had to get that off her chest, and like real people can recognize.
Real recognizes real.
I'm like, I would not be concerned with the comments of people being crazy.
No, and I just read it like as a fan of both people, and I really felt like she was so genuine. I didn't feel like she wrote that post for any other reason than the fact that she actually felt bad.
Yeah. I didn't think so. It's not like anyone was putting her on blast and she had to respond,
Right,
she saw something, she wanted to say something.
Yeah, and
if you
honestly,
see something, say something.
I watched the trailer, I didn't even realize that was Nikki Glaser.
Yeah.
So like it very easily, I'm sure she was getting like death threats because the Swifties are nuts. But I thought this was great. I just really appreciated all facets of it.
Agreed. Okay, let's talk about the documentary.
Okay, we're gonna do our recap of Miss Americana, which is brought to you by, very appropriately, Third Love. Third Love does bras differently. They believe that every woman deserves to feel comfortable and confident every day. With the right kind of support, they help her do this. Our bras are their bras are designed to fit you, not the other way around. They're designed with measurements from millions of women. Their bra styles are made to fit your life. They have over 80 bra sizes, but we know that the only one that matters is the one that's yours. And I switched to Third Love when they started sponsoring the show, and I don't think I knew for the first 24 years of my life what my real bra size was. And that's truly half the battle. They make bras that they believe in. Every bra is backed by their perfect fit promise, which is 60 days to wash it and wear it. If you don't love it, returns are totally free. Every bra is made for your comfort with memory foam cups, no slip straps, smooth, scratch-free brand with a printed label. Ugh, a fucking tag label scratching your back is so annoying. You take their Fit Finder quiz. Over 15 million women have taken the quiz to date. It's super fun, takes less than a minute to complete. And then they help you identify your breast size and shape and find the style that fits your body. Their perfect fit promise gives every customer 60 days to wash it, wear it, put it to the test. And if you don't love it, Third Love will return it for you and wash it, donate it to a woman in need, so you don't have to feel bad about that. Their team of expert fit stylists are dedicated to helping you find your perfect fit. It is hands down the most comfortable bra you'll ever own. We can attest to it. They know that there's a perfect bra for everyone, so right now they are offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/morningtoast now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/morningtoast for 15% off today. Really great bra. Can't recommend it enough.
Sign on, get your titties up.
Okay, Miss Americana, we saw in theaters, but did come out on Netflix on Friday, but we saw it at iPick, which I thought seeing it in theaters was so premium. Like, yeah. I don't know how I would have felt if I watched it at home. I just loved being in the theater, and the theater was really like a toaster meetup because it was 30 toasters in one room, and it was really fun. And everyone, I liked being in the theater, like seeing the reaction. People were like clapping, singing.
Agreed. That is always fun.
Yeah.
I wonder how I would have felt if I watched it at home. Did you watch it again after?
No, I need a few days, but I will watch it again.
Yeah, I thought it was really great, really well done, really enjoyable. I love seeing the early footage and like the rise, you know, and like I think the 1989. I know like it's interesting to hear her talk about it and how for her, like she was working so hard and like all the accolades and she had everything. It was like the peak of her, you know, career.
It was everything that she had worked for.
Yeah, and everything that she had thought that she wanted, you know, and she was like so thin and that was like
what she wanted. And then she got it. And
then she turned around and she was just like, what's the point?
Right. And that was fascinating because to me, that's like my favorite era of Taylor Swift. And it sucks to know that like it was not what she wanted almost.
No, but I think at the time it was everything to her. But then she just like took a step back and was like, if this is everything, it's not everything.
I'm alone.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just think that era is just, even the Red era too, it's just so sensational. Like the work that she was doing, she clearly worked so hard. She has this like chip on her shoulder. That was also a funny commercial.
Yeah. Lay's in the Super Bowl. You have a chip on your shoulder.
It wasn't a Lay's commercial. It was like
it was an insurance.
I
thought it was Lay's.
That's
You're right.
also the thing about the commercials. It's like they make these great funny sketches and they can't tie it back to the brand sometimes.
Yeah.
Like these commercials could be for anything.
It's like, don't have a chip on your shoulder,
like,
get
that should have
insurance.
been for Lay's. Oh my God, I thought that was so
Me too. But she does have a chip on her shoulder, literally.
She has this chip on her shoulder where she feels the need to prove herself over and over again, even though she's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So I thought from like, and I love the footage of her putting a song together, and it's like in the audience, we know what the right words are going to be, and watching her get there, I think is so interesting.
So I liked so many different facets of the movie. I thought like just the rise to fame is so interesting, like an E! True Hollywood Story. They had great footage of everything. I thought the music making process was also really interesting. And she does those like little vlogs when she was doing a partnership with AT&T, like the making of Getaway Car. And I loved those. And this was just like a longer version of that. And it's so exciting to know the final product and watch her get there. Loved that. I loved the personal stuff. I think my favorite part of the movie was Andrea Swift. Bing Crosby, like she is hilarious.
She's hilarious.
And I get why Taylor's just fucking obsessed with her. Like she's so funny. She's very smart. She listens and respects Taylor, but is also like an authority figure, and Taylor respects her opinion. There's so much respect.
But she's also a mom. Like I think a lot of times people's moms, especially when you're a big star, they try to just be your best friend.
Or be your manager, which is weird.
Right. But like you still need that motherly figure. And I think they have a wonderful dynamic. The big dog on the plane was just hilarious.
Her cancer dog. Like, by the way, I cried during the movie so many times, like obviously during the sad parts, but then also just during random parts where I just felt like I was Taylor Swift. And the whole saga about her mom's health like makes me so sad, especially now we know in real time that her mom is struggling again.
Yeah.
So sad.
So sad. I loved seeing though like the logistics of her life. You know, even like the plane, obviously, the cat backpack, which by the way you have to get for Theo.
I know, but he wouldn't like that. It's like special. It's really only for cats. They're like sedentary. Theo would be trying to get out.
That's true. I thought it was cool.
I agree. Logistics. All the cars, curtain. I thought the same thing. Why did all the cars have a curtain? I guess because like privacy is so like you really can't trust anyone.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not like, I just think it's another layer of privacy that she doesn't get privacy anywhere, you know?
If you didn't notice, all the like the Suburbans and Escalades she gets into have a curtain behind the drivers and passenger seat.
I've never been in a car like that. I didn't know they existed.
Well, remember that story that like when she moved to New York, she like hired this car company and she got all of her own cars and then she didn't end up using it. It was like a whole drama. But she's obviously really specific about her cars.
Yeah. Well, I understand. You know, she can only control like so much.
And then she drives a Toyota to her dad's house.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was like intentional, just like, oh, she's so humble, or like she actually drives a Toyota.
I mean, I don't know. I missed it.
Honestly, it's great for security. No one's looking in a Toyota for Taylor Swift.
It's true. So there were so many interesting factoids. Honestly, like I went to sleep right after I watched it, and then the next day I woke up, I was like, what did I watch?
Right.
Yeah, what else?
Well, the politics of it all is very important. And I am very vocal about how I really don't like when pop culture and politics interact, because it's to me, it's like people use pop culture to escape politics, and then it's like you're infiltrating my safe place. But I actually understood why it was necessary, and I didn't mind it at all, and I really just was like feeling her journey. Mm-hmm. Like when she was sitting on that couch in I think like one of the dressing rooms at one of her arenas, explaining to her dad and her manager why she felt it was necessary, and he was like, that was when the Bing Crosby thing happened, which was so funny. She was like crying about how like Marsha Blackburn's out here saying that this is like good Tennessee Christian values, and she's like, and I'm from Tennessee and I'm Christian, and she was crying, and I just don't know how anyone could say that like she's so calculated and like strategic when that was just such a natural, genuine moment.
Oh, for sure, but I think people are saying she's calculated and strategic, not even about her foray into politics, just about her career and how she lives her life.
Right, and then when she was in the beginning of the movie, got all choked up sitting on the couch about how like people's opinions of her like affect her so much. When people say she's just so calculated, when it's like, when you have a career, you plan things out. Like, that's not being calculated. That's just being strategic. Like, and when she got all choked up on the couch just talking about how sometimes it gets so loud that, like, you can't ignore it. Like, I empathize. Like, I just love her so much. This movie was just great for me. Like, seeing her with her ponytail and with her bangs. And I just feel like her bangs are so important. Like, I'm glad that she, like, really believes in the bangs.
Yeah. I think it was great because it helped me understand a time, like, her experience, like, mostly like the 1989 era, and then, you know, going into hiding and like how hard that must have been for her. But I was talking about it with my friend, and then she said something that made me realize that that's how I feel about it. It's like, this movie didn't change how I feel about Taylor Swift in any way.
Yeah, me too, because I still love her.
Yeah, no, and I love her music. I like her a lot. But like, there's just something.
I took a car home with Olivia from the movie, and she's just like so fucking negative. I literally was like wanting to kill her, like opening my window, gonna stick my head out just so she would stop talking, like, because she's like, and she said this and she said that. I'm like, Olivia, just shut the fuck up. Like, I just couldn't deal with her. I'm like, Olivia, read the room. I don't want to listen to you.
There was times when I was watching the movie, where the documentary, where I was like overwhelmed, chills. I was like, wow, I'm here for you. And then there were other times where I was rolling my eyes a few times. But so overall, like, but I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And we never get insight into her life. And I feel like as she's growing up and like realizing what's important to her, she's going to become more and more private until she's really just like the music and, you know, doing what she wants. And even with like her touring, you know, Loverfest is different from like what she did for Reputation.
I thought the utilization of her music was so cool. Like, how I cannot believe that they used 1989 Out of the Woods tour version. Like, to me, that is her best and worst song. Like, when I heard it on the radio, I'm like, damn, this is my least favorite song. And then when she redid her own song, like, into a different version on tour, like, I'm like, oh, this is the best song she's ever written. The fact that they used that, and I get what they were saying. That was 1989, when she was just trying to prove to everyone that, like, her songs were good, her vocals were good, her dancing was good, her outfit was good, her body was good. And she's at the Grammys working so hard in that sequin jumpsuit, trying to hit that high note. Like, I totally got it. And then they used Clean when she performed Clean at Reputation, which was about her sexual assault, which was, oh my God, chilling. Like, we literally have no choice here.
Yeah, also it was raining when she sang Clean, and like that was so perfect.
Perfect. It was just a great moment.
And she loves a rain show.
She does.
And I just want to say, like, I think we've said this on the show, but I do think Reputation, like, is a masterpiece. I think it's before its time. And I think that I remember she was nominated for Best Pop Vocal Album. She wound up being nominated for that, and Ariana Grande won for Sweetener. And I just have to say, like, that was the wrong choice.
I thought it was interesting that they included the phone call where she found out she can get nominated for a Grammy, because I think amongst the Swifties, they're like, she doesn't do it for the awards, like, she does it for the fans. And she does do it for the fans, but I think she cares a lot about getting the respect of the Grammys. And feel like that scene confirmed for me that like she really does care about that stuff. Like who wouldn't? And she's like, that's fine. I'll make a better one. I'll make a better one.
Oh my God, it was really
it was very sad. And that was about Reputation, right?
Yeah.
So then she did make a better one, or she made one, Lover, and that also didn't get nominated in any of the 4 categories.
It seems like the Grammys are just done with her.
Yeah.
You know, like she had her time.
Album of the year twice.
Like, because really, like when I look back on the year, the album of this year, at least one of them is Lover, and it wasn't even nominated.
It's weird.
You know, so like, they're just done.
And it's very well done. Like you can't say it didn't get nominated because it's bad. It's phenomenal.
And like Reputation was phenomenal, but it was a little weird.
It was different.
It was different, and there was like, you know, it was darker.
It was a huge shift for her. So like her not getting nominated, I could see how someone would be like, well, that wasn't for me.
Yeah, but like Lover is everything of the sort, and
it really was like the best album. Like, and
it should have at least been like Billie Eilish still should have won, but it should have been nominated amongst the albums of the year because it was the album of the year.
And then you have to factor in numbers, and her album like outsold every album that was nominated. So that has to be a factor. Like what the people like has to matter.
Yeah.
Not just what a few old people in a building think.
But I mean, I think the every artist has that complaint. I think the Grammys this year like actually did a pretty good job of highlighting what the people like. Not everyone can be a winner. This 49ers, I'm sorry.
It just wasn't your time.
And yeah, and I mean, but then it's like she said she won her second album of the year. That's all she ever wanted. And it wasn't even what she wanted. So like sometimes when you put all your eggs in a basket, like you have to look at the other baskets.
Yeah. I think if you're a Taylor Swift hater or a Taylor Swift lover, you should just watch the documentary because it is fascinating.
And if you're a Taylor Swift fencer, you're going to stay on the fence. And I think that's fine.
It was great. And I need Andrea Swift to like.
Is there a 1989 tour I can watch?
Yes, of course. It's on Apple. It was a partnership with Apple. And it's one of my least favorite of her tours because whoever edited it was obviously like on Adderall because they change the screen. Like she's singing a song. They'll go close up, back up, audience so fast. Like you could have a seizure watching it. Like,
oh my God.
And I thought that I was like, just being like picky when I watched it for the first time. I was like, where is she? Like, and amongst the Swifties, people are like, what the hell was going on when they edited this tour? Which is upsetting because it is my favorite tour. But they're so nuts. Whoever edited it, like choppy, choppy, chop, 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 chop. But it's there.
Okay, interesting.
And very upset is that we never got a Red tour because it was filmed by Terry Richardson. And then right after he filmed it, all like the weirdness about him came out.
But he still works.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to make any money like for him, so it was never released.
But what about the fans? She should buy it from him, like for whatever.
Yeah, right. I think like outright.
I think he has money. Like I know you don't want to give him more, but
I think the Speak Now tour, which was responsible for like my standhood of Taylor Swift, because one time I was at Radio Shack like running an errand, and when I was checking out, they had this DVD like sitting at the front cashier, and I just grabbed it, and it happened to be the Speak Now tour DVD that I watched 1 million times. It's a great one too. Yeah. And you could see like how she became such a superstar.
Totally.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really good. What else? Oh, I watched, I was telling you guys, I watched this new show this weekend, Dollface.
On Hulu.
It was just like quick and short, and it was really cute, and I'd recommend it. It reminds me, well, they also have a few of the same cast members as like Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Like it's kind of a weird show, and it's quirky, but I enjoyed it. And
I'm going to watch that and Shrill, new season of Shrill.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I watched the first episode and it was horrible. Just because the first episode was like the end of the same day as the last episode of the first.
Oh, I hate when they do that.
And it was just like no one had showered. Like, no, they didn't brush their teeth. And it was just like grossing me out. And then I was just like, I'm mad. But I'll finish it because I love her. But it was just like, it was this. Whatever happens in the second episode, that's how the season could have started.
Right. No, I don't like when they pick up right like the same moment, because also I forget.
Yeah. Okay, we do have a fifth and final story.
Oh, I thought that was it.
I know, I should have organized it a little differently. But Halsey goes ballistic on a heckler shouting G-Eazy's name at a pre-Super Bowl performance. Did you see this video?
I saw it. Oh my God, she is amazing.
I fucking love her.
Same. People are so fucking annoying.
Yeah, so she was like talking in the middle of her set. It was kind of like a small, she kept calling it a club, so I guess it was a club.
Like an intimate venue.
Yeah, and this guy or girl, I don't know, was shouting G-Eazy from the audience, and she just turned around and lit them up. And
she was literally like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to throw you the fuck out of here. Stop fucking shouting G-Eazy.
Like, come on.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
And it's like, if you're that big of a loser, like to go to an intimate affair for Halsey, like those are hard to get tickets to. It's not like you could just waltz in and like it was a small venue really for her fans. Like, what are you doing, you loser? Like spending your time and money getting to a place just so you could heckle someone?
Yeah.
Loser.
I'm glad she called them out.
I'm so glad I never ever had a baby with you. Same.
Okay, well, that's
That was a short
fact.
story, but an interesting. The video is chilling. I suggest everyone search it on
she's
Twitter.
Just, like, I love her.
I really like. I'm turning into
every day.
her
Like she
number one
does
fan.
something that just makes me fall more in love with her.
I agree.
And like understand that why she's such a big sensation.
Right, and why she has like that cult following. She really does.
Yeah.
Okay, is that it?
I think that's it.
Theo's asleep. Like we're dead. Like that really was. What time is it?
We talked about so much stuff. What time is it? It's 11:30. And that's just
I guess that's not that long.
an hour.
It's like an average show.
Yeah, but we talked about like a ton of stuff.
We covered many
Remember
bases.
the Super Bowl?
No. Thank you so much for listening to The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So wherever sorry, I fucked that up.
Okay, take it from the top.
Thank you so much for watching The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, leave a comment, get involved, like this video. We're also available as a podcast pretty much anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox. Wherever you choose to listen to podcasts, find us, The Morning Toast. Leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. We love you guys so much. Have an amazing day. We will see you tomorrow.